Every episode, bruh. I'm getting tired of saying this. Brought to you by, you already know, BR Boys in the building. We're everywhere, bro. Like, all the East Coast. And I pull up on Instagram, and we got hoodies now? Yo, William, Patrick, there's nothing more I love than some good-ass hoodies. I need one. This is episode 38. We've been doing promos 38 weeks in a row. Yo, I want some water too. Like, I'm not even asking for alcohol at this point.
DM us.
Like, I just want a fucking hoodie. Please, hook your boy up. Elvis wants one too. And let me get a case of water. Water, cognac. Fucking caviar, hard rock.
Episode 38. Let's get into it.
Come on.
Come on. You have now entered the lab with Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 38. Welcome to the lab. Just got back, had a little flight day. Haven't talked to you much this week, my man. What you been up to? What's going on, right? It's kind of weird how we had some of these weeks where we don't talk at all.
I know, man. Nah, this, bro, like, as some of you may know, some of you may not know, I was in South Florida last weekend. I kept it low key, super low key, you know. I didn't do anything, bro. Like, I literally, my brother hit the nail on the head. He's like, you came down to be put through the ringer. Because Friday night, went to the gym with him and my boy Berto. We hit legs, heavy legs. Woke up Saturday. Cheese was like, yo, let's hoop. Went to Deerfield, LA Fitness, hooped. Like, played like 6-7 games. Okay. After doing legs the night before. Ooh. And then... Yeah, exactly. He's like, you'll be all right. I was like, bro.
Walking like this.
30.
Walking like that.
Waddling, bro. Waddling. Doing that old man walk, like, little pimp walk shit. Then left that, went home, chilled maybe for like not even an hour to go hit arms with David.
Jeez.
And then I got to chill Saturday night, watch the fights. Great UFC event. Sunday,
we'll get into that later.
Sunday, chilled, went on a walk. I had some matcha. Matcha's fire. Matcha is fire. And then Monday, bro, I didn't leave South Florida till like almost 10 p.m. at night because I was like, yo, David, let's go to the gym. I waited for dude to get off work. Went to the gym at like 5. And then like, you know, bullshit at the crib. Got to Georgia at 3:30 in the morning.
Damn, you're wild. You drove straight?
In the morning. Yeah. I stopped in Jacksonville, like a little bit before Jacksonville at Buc-ee's to get some gas. Got a chicken burrito. Shit was fine. Yo, Buc-ee's is legit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Buc-ee's
I gotta go there
shit.
Next time I'm driving up north.
Yeah, definitely. I recommend Buc-ee's. And I was like on the drive, I'm like, yo, like, we've been cooling at work. So I'm going to get lucky. We ain't going to do shit. I can get to work, relax. Get to work, 80 machines. I'm like, oh, of course, bro.
Busiest day of the year, real quick.
Of course, bro. Like, just off rip. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, there's nothing else I could do but just get at it. And we're almost done with them. We pretty much finished up. So I'm just hanging around, man. You know, got a massage yesterday. Feel great.
Hey, you're treating your body like a temple. You know, you're doing little ice baths. I
did do ice bath too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's something that I would want to do only because I've heard, you know, Joe Rogan big it up. I've heard the Liver King big it up. It's like, all right, it's got to be doing something to somebody. You know, just even if you're not working hard body like that, working out hard body, you got to, you know, it's good to change up your molecules in your body, you know what I mean?
It's good for your mental, bro. Like you
and
sit
your mental, of course.
You sit in a cold. I bought like 50 pounds of ice, and that's still not enough, I think. because it kind of just like
Damn, that's crazy.
melts pretty fast, like in the tub. Like once you put your body in it, like it's gonna melt. You know.
I put my hand in a freezer the other day. I told you, and I was like, I don't know how you do these ice baths.
Dude.
I put my hand in it for more than 5 seconds just to find a beer during a party, and my hand was frozen.
It's like my lower body is straight. Like I'm good with my lower body, but like as soon as I start dipping like my back and my arms, like my fingers
chest,
and
shoulders,
then, like, my chest, because that's where your heart is, bro. Like that shit, like you feel it a little bit more, and you really gotta like lock in and like concentrate. That's why I like to like FaceTime somebody or like call someone or shit, just so I
get
don't.
your mind
I'm not
off
even
it.
thinking of it. Like
Smart.
I'm just like but nah, it's beneficial, bro. I definitely feel a lot better. Like I've been slacking the last like month, but I was doing them like once a week, once every like week and a half. But like you said, I've been doing a lot of shit for my body, bro.
Oh yeah, that's important because obviously you had to do your thing. You came down to South Florida. It's not a secret. It just wasn't promoted, and then you had to go up.
Everybody was out of town.
Yeah,
all the boys were out of town. Everyone was in Iowa.
Everybody was in Iowa. Shout out Gravy for getting married. Everybody was in Iowa, and you had to travel back to Savannah on Monday. So that COREYOKK 37 episode, go check it out if you haven't. After you listen to us here or watch us here,
straight from my mom's closet.
Yeah, of course, the legendary closet
with no mic, no ring lights.
Yeah, no mic, no nothing.
AirPods computer.
Yeah, that was great because we recorded that on a Sunday. We don't record ever on Sunday, and we recorded early, so I kind of had to adjust my schedule. But it was better for me because I had to edit the podcast Monday so I could take off for New York on Tuesday. But yeah, COREYOKK album.
I'm gonna be biased. I think from the outside looking in, after I watched that episode and I heard it a few times, personally, I think that was one of my better episodes of me asking questions and like
You're right.
really, really talking. So like, just maybe tune in for that. So
you had those 5 Ps ready. Yeah, you were, you're developing. You're getting better. Iron sharpens iron.
That's all I can ask for. I'm just trying to get like you, dog.
Hey, I'm just winging it too. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but Big Six album obviously came out on 8/18. We had episode 37 with COREYOKK. It was 47 minutes of great quality, not straight question answer. The conversation really flowed. He had great feedback. He had great answers to some of the things we didn't, rehearse or send him a script on what we were going to talk about. And we kind of just, piggybacked off the other episode that we did on 26 and just matched that. So obviously we're 2 for 2 with COREYOKK entering the lab, and his album's great. I mean, I caught myself, a few times during the week, like just saying random lyrics that he has because I consumed the album so much before, during, and after that episode dropped. Yeah, so
better than your best day.
I give it to him, man. Quality album. Go check it out. Big Six, Apple Music, YouTube page. What's his After Cash Records.
He's got merch coming out. You can pre-order it. Yep. So he's doing his thing.
Expect him to be back. For sure. He hinted a deluxe album. Look, stay tuned for that. But he's now it's about, for him, it's about grinding. It's about doing some shows, listening parties, and all that. So fully support. We didn't know him before that, and I'm glad to know him so we could have one of the original different flows. We like to interview people that know about sports, that focus in the media, focus on entrepreneurship, but then now we have on our roster, a rapper or entrepreneur or somebody that's out there in a different artist grind. So we're blessed and fortunate to have him want to be a part of our show, ask us, check in on us, and promote and cross promote. So he's a good dude. My week, got back from New York this week, I had my nephew's birthday party, 6th birthday, Sonic themed.
Nice.
Super into Sonic. I'm starting to think all these kids' parties every year. I start seeing the same themes. That's what I mean. It's like these movies be pushing these themes hard because like last year was all dinosaurs. The year before that, it's like every year I start to see a common theme in these themes of birthday parties, and these, whether it's a movie, whether it's a show, they figured it out how to advertise to these kids because he's super obsessed with Tails and Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
It's crazy. I haven't seen the movie. I made a point to watch the movie on shrooms. I still may do that, and we'll probably do that. So, yeah, it was a great weekend. Got to hang out with my new nephew, my godson. It was good. Got into the city. Went to the Sex Museum in Manhattan. That was pretty dope. Well, $40 for a ticket, and I heard it was on discount from $70, which not worth $40, but it's one of those like
that's a lot.
Yeah, no. So it was $40 a ticket. It came out to like 90 something, but.
Right.
Was it worth every dollar? No, but it was it worth doing and say you did it and have that memory? Yeah. So it was one of those like when you're there and you're looking for something new to do, which we go to the city every time we're there. So we're always trying to look for new things other than sports to go to. That was pretty cool. Sex Museum, some of it was right in your face. Some of it interactive. You're watching, little.
Bree was sending me snaps.
Yeah,
I
it was
like,
fun.
all right, bro. I was like, they got flashlights.
She had a good time.
They got everything. Yeah, she definitely had a good time.
She definitely had a good time. And then went to the Jets Giants game, preseason game. It was kind of like a whim. I wanted to meet up with my boy AP, so we kind of found a middle ground of meeting up at the game. That was cool. It was like $40, good seats. We left midway through the fourth, but it was a good time in New York. Hopefully I'm not traveling for a long time. Hopefully I will not have to take another flight. I take a flight in October for Austin F1 for Texas, and then hopefully there's not one the rest of the year. I'm not going away for the holidays. I'm staying right here, busy the end of the year, so no East Coast ESCO'S staying local.
That's what you say now.
I know, right? Until somebody wants to go to fucking Costa Rica randomly.
For real.
I hate myself if I do that.
Costa Rica is lit, bro. They don't got a military.
Yeah, let's go to that place without a military just in case, for the cartels to just take over. Smart.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so this episode 38, we were going to have a guest on. Things didn't work out, but if we have this person on episode 39, it's probably best because scheduling, NFL, give a little teaser there. But hopefully that person will be able to jump on 39 because it is a reoccurring guest. It would be the second time this person enters the lab. So we'd be excited to have them, come chop it up, talk betting, football, some sports, and have some fun. So didn't work out for 38, but I think it'll work out for 39 next week. Let's just shoot the shit because we haven't in 2 or 3 weeks. I feel like that episode with COREYOKK was 1 week, but then like planning out this week, we weren't really prepared. Yeah. We didn't know what was going to go down. I was traveling all day, so let's get into it. Football's coming.
I'm excited. We got our draft tomorrow.
Yeah, we do, right?
You got the first pick?
Fourth time I'm running the league, second year in a row. Yeah, I got the first pick. I will say that Jonathan Taylor is my, prospective potential.
Heard it here first?
Yeah, first pick.
Yeah, I mean, you got
just by default. That man's gonna touch the ball so much. What I look for a first round pick if you're taking a running back is, does the guy touch the ball no matter what, whether it's passing or rushing? Does he touch the ball over 20 times? Back in the day, if you're a number one, you're touching it 30 times, no matter what, rushing or. Now it's like sometimes you draft a first round in the depth charts one, and he might not touch the ball more than 15 times, maybe 18 times. Like, it's really rare. So I'm trying to, when you're picking number one or top pick, you're like, who is, because you can't weigh health into it. Health, health is always going to be an issue. What's your philosophy last year when I picked?
Hey, availability is better than ability, or availability is the best ability.
Yes, that's true. But you can't predict health and availability, so you got to go with guys like Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. It's stuff. McCaffrey's going to get the ball a lot too now that he's back healthy. So you got to go with guys that are going to guarantee touch the ball no matter if they're down 50 or up 50. They're going to touch the ball 20 times. Yeah. That's how I look. So I'm excited, man. We got your draft this week. Got a couple next week. I'm doing 3 leagues this year, like last year. What are you doing?
I got 2.
Okay.
Just dos.
I do basketball too, so it kind of bleeds. Ooh. Like At one point, it's like baseball, basketball, and football. It's kind of crazy.
Ew, bro.
I know.
No
Hey.
way, dog. No way. Like, nah, I can't do basketball. I did basketball like 1 or 2 years, and
Basketball's not time consuming. Once you draft well, I've been doing that for 3 or 4 years. Once you, it's all about the draft with basketball. If you draft well, that's like 85% of what you have to do. Obviously, there's some pickups and injuries during the season you got to monitor. But if you pick all-stars or fringe all-stars, you're good. Like, you don't really have to take them out ever. You're always going to keep guys in. You're not making matchup deals. So it's a lot different. Where baseball, you have to pay attention more. Football, you just got to pay attention when you set your lineup and also for the waiver wire. So
Yeah, no, I can't. Basketball was too much. Like, because it's games on every night. Like, I mean, there's going to be games on every night now, too, with football, because you got Monday night, you got Thursday night, you got Saturday night games, you got Sunday night games, Sunday all day. So, like, it's kind of the same shit, but I don't know. It's just something about fantasy football that's just, like, sacred to me.
for real, yeah, it's like it's become. I mean, over the last 5 years, it's become super mainstream where, players from other sports and whatever are talking about it out in the open. I remember when I've been doing fantasy football was the first one I did, and then fantasy baseball. I started when I was like 16, 17 years old. So I've been doing it for 16 years, 15 years, which is crazy because a lot of people that I talk to
I've been doing it for a while, too.
that are around my age haven't been doing it that long.
Yeah, and now, like, a lot of girls do it, too. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We love that and appreciate women.
Shout out
playing
Brittany.
fantasy
She handles
football.
business.
Yeah, she really does. Britt's fucking great. Britt's better than a lot of dudes. Like,
Yeah, Dom's girl, Britt, she could trash talk with the best of them and also manages her team. She had a great team last season
yeah.
in an
She was
all-men's
the first-
league. So,
Like, it was like her and me, like, battling for first place for a while. Like, I was like, yo, someone would beat Britt. Like, please, because I lost the first week and, like, she was undefeated and I had 1L. I was like, yo, come on. Someone needs to beat Britt. Shit.
yeah, you start running away and you're starting like, yo, somebody's got to be there if it's not me, just to make things even
But
a little bit.
We appreciate that. Like, it's become a lot more mainstream, so.
Yeah, we'll save some majors football talk for, like I said, if we have that person come into the lab next week, we'll definitely talk major football. If they don't, we're still gonna kind of load up next week with major football. I think we should save some stories. There's that Matt ARAIZA scandal. We'll see how that develops.
Yeah.
I'll touch on it quick just so we could at least touch on it, and then if it develops or it gets bigger or more info comes out, which I think will. Punter for the Bills came out that he and maybe 2 or 3 others alleged raped the girl that was 17. There's some evidence or witnesses that say they have it, and this happened, years ago? A couple years ago? Right? Maybe
knows,
1 or 2
bro?
years ago. Whatever the situation is, it's kind of weird that things come out 2 to 3 years later. But, hey, we don't know the details, so we can't judge either side. He got released from the Bills. Smart move by the Bills. Even if it's not true, this is pretty ugly.
You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's pretty ugly where it's like no longer, now you're going into a season where you're a potential Super Bowl favorite. You don't want the media to be talking about this while you're doing well or bad. So let's take care of this. If he's innocent, sign him. Re-sign him. Let's say it comes out to be a lie. Whatever, just playing the devil's advocate. If it comes out as a lie, then you could always re-sign him. I'm sure the Bills have first rights to him, protecting their own smart business on their end. But it's pretty ugly. We'll see what happens. We won't touch about it too much because there's not much to talk about or debate. It basically he got alleged that he did some bad and awful things, and if he did do it, shit, he's gonna burn for it. And he's saying all the things that you're supposed to say when you're innocent or guilty is it's false. That person, it's not how it went and all that. So we'll see if that develops. A lot of things later on in this episode we'll talk about, like movies and shows been coming out that I wanted to touch on. What we didn't get to talk about last episode was that UFC 278 card. Usman Edwards. I'll let you take it from here because I was locked in. I had my laptop, didn't buy it, but I also,
I didn't
wink,
buy it
wink,
either.
didn't stream it either. It just showed up on my laptop. while I was in bed, kind of falling asleep at the very end, and boom, I woke up right after a sonic boom kick.
Yeah,
went to the temple. Yeah, so talk about that fight.
Man, like I was really excited to, see the Jose Aldo fight because I wanted to see what he brought to the table and, what he was going to do against a good contender and whatever dude's name is, Marab. But, man, like, he didn't really do much. Like, he just kind of just, like, bounced around the fight, like, hung out. Like, I was disappointed in that. Good thing we got a fucking banger after that in Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold coming back, hasn't fought in 3 years and nowhere near fighting shape, but he fucking brought it, bro. Like, that fight was lit. That was fight of the night probably. Paulo Costa, bro, like, you look real good, no homo. You look shredded. Your physique is nice, all that kind of stuff, but there's no way you can let Luke Rockhold, like, fight with you for 3 rounds after not fighting for 3 years, and he smeared blood all over your face.
That was so wild. I love that. That was wild, bro.
And he's talking mad shit. Like, granted, Paulo Costa should not be as funny as he is. Like, he's definitely a must follow on Twitter. This dude talks so much shit. He's a comedian. I love it. And he had a lot to say after the fight, which was good too. Watch that. But man, like, props to Luke Rockhold. He's retiring.
That was wild. That was so wild. Yeah, that shit was That's like one of those flashbacks when you see, like, 10 years from now, you're like, oh, shit, I know exactly when I watched it, where I watched it, because that's a memory.
Yeah. And then, main event, fucking Leon Edwards, Usman. Usman was minus 340. Edwards was plus 280. My brother said that line was skewed. I mean, it was like first round was even, and then round 2, 3, and 4 was pretty much Usman just ragdolling Edwards, just doing what Usman does. Mm-hmm. And the 5th round, there was a minute left. These dudes were giving, commentator Joe Rogan, they were giving fucking Usman his flowers, and, they were saying, giving Leon Edwards a moral victory. And, Usman bit on the feint, ducked down to the left or the right, and then bop. Straight left knee to the dome. Kind of just like what Chito Vera did to Dominic Cruz a few weeks ago. Same type of shit. And Usman just eyes rolled back to his head. And props to Leon Edwards for not, like, running up on him and giving him a few more punches, because he easily could have done that. I don't advocate violence. But, hey, sometimes it's needed, especially in a championship fight. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. So, and like, bro, he said it before. He said pound for pound, headshot, bang. Bro, they're running that shit back. Leon Edwards really wants to fight Jorge Masvidal because they got some beef and they got some history, but Masvidal don't deserve no fucking title shot. He's ranked like 9th. Like, I would love to see it, but he's got to fight like a top 5 contender and win before he can get another title shot. There's no way. Don't do that.
But man, I love that it kept things interesting, right? It really did keep things interesting in the UFC.
Fucked up. It really does.
What did you do?
I went on Twitter, bro. I forgot I was streaming, and I went on Twitter. Hadn't gone on Twitter the whole night. I hadn't even been on my phone. The whole fucking time because I'm just watching the fights, talking shit with my parents and, Gilbert and shit and my brother, and fucking go on my phone and I see a tweet and I'm like, no.
I hate that.
I was like, fuck. And like 30 seconds later, mink.
Yeah.
So.
Right, when you're behind a little bit and you're just like natural, I'll just go on Twitter, or like, I've done that so many things, whether it's wrestling, because sometimes I don't watch it live and I'm just like, just go on, and I start seeing things, I'm like, fuck, now I gotta watch it or whatever. Yeah, that sucks. But man, it makes things interesting in UFC, and that's what you want. Obviously you want to watch fighters like Usman go 18-0, 19-20. It's fun. It's great for the sport, to build that legacy. But also, it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a guy that didn't deserve it. You know, he worked his ass off. So you always tip the cap at Edwards, and like I said, it keeps it interesting. You get maybe a rematch. You get, two guys at the helm. You just, the more people that could touch that gold, the better. As far as the sport. So I know Dana White likes it, because it creates two champions now, two worthy champions instead of just one on a hill.
Yeah, we got a great fucking card this weekend. I'm lying. My boy Charles Air Jourdain is fighting. It's in Paris. It's in Paris, so it's early. Prelims start at 12. Main card starts at 3 p.m. So make sure you're up early, locked in.
Is that Is that the UFC fighting out Cyril Gane?
Yeah.
Whitaker.
Yeah,
wow, you got a nice two matches there.
Yeah, Charles Air Jourdain should have won his last fight. That boy turned up in the third round. He got robbed. And yeah, you got fucking Robert Whitaker and Marvin Vettori, 1 and 2 contenders in middleweight. I think that's going to be fight of the night. And then Cyril Gane and Tai Tuivasa. I love Bam Bam. I love Ty. Every time he wins, he takes a shoey.
Yeah. That's that guy. Yeah, he's been on the social media a lot lately. Good for him.
So, yeah, he's number 3 after he beat Derek Lewis. I'm excited, bro. I love when 2 heavyweights go at it, and not when they're just like banging. Like pause. Like these 2 dudes are versatile in what they do, and Gane's a beast. Gane was undefeated until he lost to Ngannou.
I like him.
That's not a bad person at all to lose to.
Yeah, he's legit.
So yeah, I don't like. I really want to see Bam Bam win. Like that would be so great. And then Bam Bam fights whoever freaking Yuri who Bam Bam gets to fight Ngannou. Oh fuck.
Why not? Bring it back. Bring it back. And Ngannou's a little hurt, right? He's recovering?
Yeah, he had like some knee stuff.
Are they doing an interim champion?
No, I don't.
Is he out for that long, or he's not? He's not out for that long, because I know UFC is very quick to. If you're going to be out 45 days or 30 or 60 days, they're going to create an interim champ, which I love because.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's a precedent of like, hey, why are we going to wait for you to recover? Let's say it takes 60 days to recover, and then you have a setback, and now you're 90 days. You're 90 days as a business without defending a title? Like, nah. So I like that. Usually you have that interim title right away. So he's going to be ready to fight, sooner than later, though?
Yeah, I think he'll be able to fight soon.
All right, good. So looking at some things right now.
My dog do Bronx, Charlie living his best life.
I see that photo with the Dotties.
Yeah, he's out here, bro. He's doing his thing. I can't even blame him. Like, that's my goat, bro. It's my goat.
Oh, that's your man's?
It's my guy, bro. I love him.
I
want to hang out with him.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad. Let's see. Let's keep on going. All right. Well, in basketball, a couple of weeks back, I got some good news finally. After a long fucking, since June 30th, KD and the Nets are running back. They had a meeting. GM, coach, owner was there. I think they came to a business decision where KD looked at it from a business and basketball decision was, hey, if I go to another team, and it's probably like Memphis or Boston or some other team where it's like they're going to have to trade half their team or all their assets, and I'm going from a very good, great team to a good team, very good team, and now I got to start over again. So I knew it would come to that, and you're not leaving a bad team. You're leaving a team that's just gone through it. You know what I mean? And a lot of it out of people's controls, a lot of it in their control, but you haven't given it a fair shake yet. I think this is going to be the first year that you could say no COVID. Injuries are going to happen. We're actually going to see what the Brooklyn Nets are for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, because, COVID, Kyrie couldn't play half the games. Harden was out.
And he was protesting shit here and there, a lot going on.
KD was out, and
Harden was trying to figure out what contract he wanted and who he wanted to do that contract with, so you had that.
Yeah.
You don't have those factors anymore. Throw that out the window.
You know, and then like at the second half of the season, like you trade Harden, and now you got a bunch of new people come in, and
Yep.
you know, who are great players or not bad players, but
Yeah.
basketball is all about chemistry, bro. Like it doesn't matter like
We see that with
what
Golden
kind
State.
of players you have. Like you need chemistry. You need these players to get 20, 30 games in together, sometimes even more, to know what they're doing, bro. Like the Heat had LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh, and they started 9-8, and everyone was saying blow it up.
They were
Blow it
burying
up.
them.
Are
I
you
remember
fucking
that.
dumb? Blow it up
remember
after
that.
17 games? Do you not know basketball, bro?
ESPN
like,
loved
and then
that.
LeBron bumps into Spo, and they're like, "Oh my God, fire Spo! Get Spo out of here." LeBron doesn't like Spo. You know, bro. Like this is all drama, bro. Like the NBA is like, yeah, we love it on the court, but off the court, like it's just as much.
Yeah, man. That's why, as a fan, you know, obviously I go from, you know, everybody who's listening to this podcast for 5 minutes could tell or already knows that, you know, I go from poverty I go from hope with the New Jersey Nets when I first watched it, then poverty for many times, then with the Brooklyn Nets, you know, we trade away our team, then back to poverty, then back to this. So it's like the up and downs. That's why I say this all the time. I envy you as a Miami Heat fan and a loyal fan, where you've been that since day one, just like I've kind of been with the Nets, where you've had that consistency with ownership, GM, and coach. You've had that for what, 10 years? 10, 12 years? Like
more,
that's not a thing anymore. It's in basketball. It's not a thing where you have all three entities together for more than 5 years.
The thing is, like, everyone wants satisfaction, like,
Everybody,
instantly. And like
egos.
it doesn't happen, dog. Like
It don't.
You're not gonna build a dynasty in 2 years. Shit, you don't get to be a dynasty unless you fucking win 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 5, or you know. And you're not gonna get that off the rip, bro. Like
it's hard, man,
especially
managing these personalities
now. Yeah, and everyone got a personality now. Social media, all that kind of stuff. Like it's different than it was when there was no social media, you know. But
right. Each player viewing themselves as a business, and I get it. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying these things as a negative. There's just so many variables nowadays where, you know, ownership looks at a team.
That, right?
It was Brown. I'm Brown, and I think there's. You could say there's more. You know, if you're looking at it from a fan, you're looking at it as there's more negatives than positives. If you're looking at it as a player, there's more positive than negatives. You're looking at it as an ownership, there's more negatives than positives. So, like, it depends on what side you're on, really, because Bron did evolutionize the free agent, the contract, the business, being a business, having control, and rightfully so. These guys are the ones that are making money, but you're creating so much chaos and inconsistency where a guy like KD, if you would ask him 2.5 years ago, hey, do you want to go play pickup ball for $1,000? He'd say yeah, because he didn't think he could ever play again. You know, ruptured Achilles at the age of 31. And it's funny because it's like a year and a half later, all of a sudden he's demanding a trade from a great team.
Right.
Like, oh shit, like it's crazy how like in that moment things are high or low, and then something else happens and it just changes your whole thought process. So I always thought about this through the process. I go, I think eventually the Nets did the right thing. They held out as a business. Like, we locked you down for 4 years. We're not just going to let you go. You're not dangling this in front of us, and we'll call your bluff. And they called his bluff, and guess what? They compared it to the Kobe Bryant, when Kobe Bryant even said it after he retired. He was a phone call. He was searching for houses in Chicago.
Yeah, when he was
like
he wanted to go
in
to the Bulls.
2008 or 2009, like that's how close he was. And guess what? He came back and he won, I think, 1 or 2 titles and an MVP or something. So I'm not relating it to Kobe, but first of all, it could be, because KD and Kobe could be on that same level, you know. So you're right. Swallow the Terramana on the wrong pipe.
Shit! Wow. Nah, I just didn't realize how much I put in just now. I forgot that I poured more.
That's funny. But we'll wrap it up. But yeah, it's all relative. You know, you got, hopefully, you know, Kobe. I tell Brie all the time, you know, because she doesn't know, Kobe and Shaq, out of the 10 years maybe they were together, they liked each other for half a season. Like, they weren't together like loving each other. They didn't go out to dinners. They didn't spend family time together. And ironically, you have Kyrie and KD that do that stuff together, yet they're not okay. So, humans are a weird species. We're all selfish in our own ways, but we'll see it work out. I think winning cures everything.
I love Kyrie, but that dude is definitely out there. Like,
he's on a 1-year deal essentially. He's basically got he opted in. He's got a 1-year deal, and guess what?
I'm not saying like out of Brooklyn. I'm just saying like he's
out there in life, like mentality.
As a person. Yeah,
like, he is. But
sometimes I want to have his back, but sometimes I'm just like, come on.
I know. There's so many times I go back and forth. It's like I go back and forth because I go, oh, if I was an athlete, I'd probably be thinking and kind of doing the same thing, but there's so many inconsistencies in his actions and his decisions that it makes it so hard to like. He's all over the place sometimes, and he's trying to figure it out. He's still in his 20s. He's about to be 30, so he's figuring it out. But man, we'll see. And then you got the other side, Pat Bev going to the Lakers. That's funny. Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook don't like each other too much. That's gonna be fun. The memes on that were hilarious.
They hate each other.
They hate each other.
Like it's I don't. Russ has to be out of there now, because there's there's no, bro. Like there's no way. There's
they
no way
coexist
as an not even that, as an organization you make that move
without knowing. But just like the KD thing in the opposite way. Like KD is like a great talent on a big time contract. Westbrook is a whatever talent on a big contract, and it's like hard to it's hard to unload something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna have, and they don't have draft picks. You're not gonna throw away your team. You're gonna have to do what maybe John Wall did. People are saying like, if it doesn't work as a unit, you pay him to stay away. And will Westbrook do that? I don't think so. John Wall was willing
to a point where he's not really gonna have a choice.
That's going to be
unless he actually plays well.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch.
There was a thing where Bron tweeted about Westbrook, and he's like, yo, stop trying my dog. Like, he coming back better than ever, blah, 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 blah. And then they had, like, 4 different screenshots of when he tweeted at other players, and then they got traded. Like, Kuzma. Who else?
All the time.
I forget, yeah. And they just got shipped away. But, like...
it's LeBron tries to fluff the media, the PR aspect right before somebody gets traded, just to put it out there. Like, I didn't have anything to do with that.
No, man, that's not gonna work, bro. Because
nope.
They can't be on the court at the same time. Like, because if Pat Bev got the ball, he's not passing to Westbrook, and if Westbrook got the ball, he's not passing to Pat Bev.
Well, they're both veterans. They're both, I think something gives eventually at the time where. You do have a new coach. You do have a new coach there that was handpicked by LeBron, I believe. I forget his name, but he's from the Milwaukee. He's assistant coach and a former player, role player in the NBA. And they're gonna have to change the way
Darvin Ham.
Okay. They're gonna have to change the way Westbrook goes about his business. He can't hold the ball. It's gonna be hard for him to. He's not good at threes. He's gonna be a either you're passing or you're slashing. And I just made that up on the fly, and it sounds good. You're going to either have to pass or slash. Like
the Lakers had a squad, though. They had a squad. They had Lonzo. They had Kuzma. They had Brandon Ingram. They had Josh Hart. They had Caruso. Bro. And then they traded it for AD.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a championship. But, like, now they got nothing.
The NBA, nothing but drama. Not a day off. In baseball, not topics we're going to discuss, but just new thing. I wanted to see your Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners has played over 100 games in the MLB. He's on the IL now from like a wrist injury. He might be coming back soon. $400 million. He's
a rookie, right?
He's gonna qualify for Rookie of the Year, and he's probably gonna win it offensively. But yeah, $400 million. It's one of those deals where either baseball teams know your talent and they lock you down, and I think it's like 14 years. Yeah, And there's been deals like that over the last
and that's all
few
guaranteed
years.
because baseball's all guaranteed, right?
Yeah, so it's it's one of those things where you lock down a talent for 14 years and you look at it business wise, like, all right, if he amounts to what we think he will be, or a little less, we're still getting a bargain. And the way the salary cap goes up and players get paid more, so it's like,
There's
all
no
right,
salary cap in baseball.
no, but people manage it. There's things that go into it.
Yeah.
You just can't be spending everything because it's like
Depending
all right,
on like revenue and whatnot.
revenue. Yeah, you can't. So it's an invisible cap basically. So it's one of those risks where like teams look at like, hey, we're gonna pay you a lot of money, and we're gonna, if you amount to anything close to it, we get a bargain. And then the player looks at it like, hey, I'm getting guaranteed money right now. God even knows what happens
What's
in 2 years.
Happen? Yeah,
Injuries, and in baseball, you could go from all-star to
Harper.
Never again. Yeah.
Like
Bryce Harper got it back a little bit. He got a little hurt, but what I'm saying is, you just don't know. You could be an all-star for 5 straight years, and then be a non-all-star for 5 straight years, have like 3 bad years, and then be an all-star again. So like baseball is one of those tricky sports where, usually in basketball, you're a great player. Like you're gonna make all-stars, you're gonna be in the playoffs, yada yada. Baseball is all percentages and trends and different way they pitch you and strategize, where you got to take advantage of those years. Not in a football sense. In football, it's like I got to take advantage of it when I'm in my 20s to make this money. Baseball, it's like when you have an opportunity to cash in on a deal, whether you're 20, 30, or 40, you need to cash in because you don't know if you'll ever have a good season ever again, no matter how good you are.
Those contracts are more with position players because I don't.
Yeah, you don't do that for.
I don't see
pitchers.
pitchers getting big like.
No.
10+ deal contracts. Like,
no, they don't do that
with
one. You're right. That's a very good point.
Unless it's Ohtani, like I don't know why
Ohtani's about to get a bag. There,
he deserves a fucking $500 million. Like,
yeah, they just announced that the LA Angels owner is actually looking to sell. So if they're looking to sell, you're gonna look at an Ohtani deal to get rid of him, or an Ohtani big deal to whoever comes in. Like that's gonna be my horse. So either one's gonna happen sooner than later because Ohtani, he does it all. So that's gonna be interesting to watch.
Literally.
All right, and then obviously in baseball we have Judge, 61 home run watch. The AL record and the Yankee record is 61 home runs by Roger Maris. He beat Babe Ruth for that. There's a great movie on that by Billy Crystal on HBO Max now that you could go
61?
watch.
It's called 61. Yeah,
with an asterisk, you could go watch that. It'll give you
it's a good movie.
Give you a little into the Yankee lore. I started watching it. I'm like an hour in. I watched it before, but I wanted to kind of refresh when I was like drunk one time. But hopefully, they're playing right now. They're first in their division, but nice MVP. We got exactly like 35. I'm going to say 34. So he's on pace.
11?
If he gets
12,
huh?
He needs 11 or 12.
Yeah, so he's at 49. So he needs 12
13.
to break the record. No, 13 to break the record. So I'm thinking he's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before September. If he gets one home run in this next 3 days, he'll be at 50. So that means he'll have to get 12 over the whole month of September and then a few games in October. It's very doable. But what you got to do is you got to hit a lot of home runs now versus waiting for like 5 and 2 weeks later.
That's what
then the pressure builds.
That's what happened.
The pressure builds. He got 59 that year, and it's like,
he had to crushing.
Bro, he hit like 11 in like 2 weeks too to get there.
Bro, he was
crushing it.
Literally, like I didn't watch baseball that much, but like the year he was going off, I was locked in on Marlins games because this dude was doing something every fucking night, bro. Like crazy bombs. They were getting out of the stadium in like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Like you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like
for real.
Yeah, so good to see that he got paid, went to the Yankees, still doing his thing, but nah, Judge is on another level and he knows that what's at stake. So
yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. Give me
Sandy Alcantara Let's go, Cy
Shout out.
Young. Just give it to my guy now, bro. Like, I don't even care. This dude held the Dodgers to like 5-6 hits, 1 run, put the money on it, plus 180, hit, complete game. This guy does not pitch less than 7 innings. I'm just mad hype. It sucks because he's probably gone in a year or two, but
Yep. Maybe even less. But yeah, he's pitching. He's doing his thing. They got great pitching in Miami right now, and they don't have an identity right now. They don't have really where they're going. They're kind of bringing up Latin players and kind of making it work, and they got some great starting pitching. But I hope they selfishly, I hope they put a good product on the field. This is the first year since I moved down here, or in the last 5 years, I haven't gone to a game. Hopefully, I get out
it'd be
there
good for
a
the
game
city,
randomly
man.
in September. Yeah, I hope they
Good
do
for the
good.
fucking city.
Shout out DJ Khaled. God did. God did. Hove
God
did.
Yo, this man he had everybody on that fucking album. Like, it's literally the Avengers. Like, that, the memes are like legit. Like, who's not on his album? Like,
Dude,
we
he
got
gets
an
everybody.
interlude. We got an interlude on DJ Khaled's album. I hope y'all knew that.
I only listen to the Hove song. God, what is it called? God did.
God did, yeah.
Man, Hove he's the GOAT. Like, lyrically, like they call him the double entendre king, because he just, the way, and the only way to listen to Hove in the last few years is you gotta read the lyrics while you listen to him, because if you're not old enough to get his lyrics, a lot of it will go over your head. He's talking about past events, past people, things that, I'm telling you, he knows how to. He doesn't do a lot of punchlines where, he'll say a line and be like, get it. You know what I mean? He's not going to do a setup like that. Like, a lot of it will go over your head. So, if
Don't
you're
even
above,
ask me how.
shit, yeah. If you're above the age of 30, you get a lot of his, especially if you're from New York. Obviously, he's our GOAT. He's my GOAT in rap. But the fact that he's still putting out music and quality music, quality bars, and blessing a track like for DJ Khaled, that's how you know DJ Khaled got that juice. He's getting Hove to do a 3-minute verse.
Yeah,
like,
B,
what?
I gotta do it for Khaled.
Come on, dog.
I gotta pay the bills. Blue needs to go to school.
Right. You're nuts.
I got twins now.
Yeah, he banged out a lot of kids all at once. He didn't he didn't waste no time. God bless. Shit, he did waste a lot of time, actually. He should have been had kids early on. Before I do Esco's movie review, you got any shout outs, got any topics real quick you want to spit off before we wrap up 38? Cake.
I don't know, man. Like, it's been a weird, like, last week and a half. Since I got back from South Florida, I kind of just, like, been, like, doing my own thing, and, like, especially the last week and a half. Like, every time I leave, like, I get in a funk. But it's all right, because, I get out of it. I miss you. I miss my brother, my parents and shit, so it's good to switch up and have something different every now and then, but
I know, I don't even feel like I see you a lot when you're down there, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I get you for at least,
Super movie.
an hour and a half. Yes.
Yeah.
That was dope. I fell asleep for 5 minutes in it. I kind of got my drink on a little too early, whatever. I had fun.
You came out of nowhere with the masks. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah, we had choose your character type mask, like a little kid's mask you put on. Who was I? I was Frieza, of course.
Yep.
The
Frieza.
one of the
Ultimate
best
villain.
bad guys of all time.
Yeah, ultimate villain for real. He got a new transformation. Frieza Black.
Ooh.
Black Frieza.
What was trending on Twitter the other day? Cooler.
Yeah, probably.
You seen that?
Nah.
It was Cooler. It was
Well,
like, oh, this is Frieza's brother or Frieza's cousin, like Cooler, and
Yeah.
like it was hashtag. I think they were trying to get either the movie or there's another series coming out.
So Black Frieza, one hit Goku and Vegeta at their strongest form. So Black Frieza gotta be legit.
Shit. God bless fucking Frieza. He's amazing. Yeah, but that movie was dope. You know, obviously it's quality wise, it was. You know, I'm not looking for quality when I watch Dragon Ball. Yeah, it's just I'm looking there to be some cool quotes, some a little bit good storyline. I fell asleep, and then we watched that movie at 5 p.m. and I was a couple hours into my pregame, so
you
don't judge me
after and shit. You know.
You know what I mean? Where did I go that day? I went to I played bowling. Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah, it was a long night. Oh, a long night actually. That night ended for me at like 3 a.m. So
damn, son.
We won't go into those details. Anything else?
Nah,
nope.
Man. Nah. Not this week.
So we talked about the Dragon Ball Z movie. HBO's doing a movie doc on the Sycamore High School team.
I saw that BS High.
BS High, that's gonna be good. Why not? Because that was on Utility Players, we had an episode where we talked about that back in the last year. That was it's gonna be fun to look into that because it's like, how did these motherfuckers be BS ESPN and all this? But maybe there's some things we didn't know. Maybe there's some ESPN people that knew about it and let it go on. And hey, fuck it, you know what I mean? Good publicity. Any publicity is good publicity. So you always think some things are like mistakes or like, how did this happen? But there's maybe a couple hands that we don't know about behind the scenes that allowed it to happen, knowing more info than we
That's
than
why
we thought.
ESPN had so many layoffs, probably.
Shit. House of Dragon. Have you? I always forget this topic. You been watching?
Yep, I watched last night. Yep. Watched the week before. Show's crazy. Rhaenyra's got that dog in her. She don't give no fuck.
Dog.
She got that dog in her, bruh.
Yeah,
so
said,
we fuck what everyone says and pulled up.
Yeah, she don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if I'm 13. When we recorded 37 with COREYOKK, that episode debuted, episode 1.
I went right away and watched it, bro.
See, but I was day drinking. I was drinking during the pod, and then I went right to the living room, and I was watching it like this. One eye.
I got lucky because I took a nap before. I took a nap. And I put it on.
We did the pod and you took a nap and then woke up to that?
No. I took a nap before the pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, damn.
That's why I was so locked in because I had just, I got my beauty sleep.
I kind of like was not dozing off because it obviously not because of the show. It was just a lot going on there during that day. It was a long day mentally and physically. So then we rewatched it 2 nights ago in New York. Oh, my God. Rewatching it the second time was like rewatch.
I rewatched it too.
It was like watching it the first time because a lot of things, when you need a little warm up. You know what I mean? When you turn it on and hit play, boom, they're going into storylines and names that you forgot and all that.
Yeah. So I put it on and like off rip, you get the dragon flying in the air, and my mom's like, "Ay, con dragones." Like with dragons, God. I'm like, yeah, Mom. Did
she watch it, or you just had it on when you were?
I just put it on. I was like, I'm watching this. I don't care what you doing. Like,
yeah, you could fucking sit there and crochet.
Yeah, my mom be crocheting.
I don't even know that. I just made it up.
Like, I know that's funny. And I watched it again, and there's the scene, the first episode, where he tells the doctor, "Yo, do what you got to do. I need my son," and then they go back and forth from that scene to the scene where they're battling for the air. Fam. Dope. That shit,
dope
bro,
editing.
like, I'm just like, fuck, this is, like, nuts. Because the people don't know what's going on in the battle, and the people in the battle don't know what's going on there.
Exactly.
And they find out, and, like, the whole energy shifts, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. It was and then there was a good conversation when he tells her that she's gonna be the heir. That whole dialogue, bringing up names, bringing up that, their past ancestors saw, they dreamt that it was going to be a cold winter and all that. Now they're foreshadowed. Because you got to keep in mind, like, if you guys need help watching House of Dragons, right now we're rewatching Game of Thrones again. This will be my 4th time rewatching the whole series because I'm addicted. Yeah, I'm addicted. Because while you're watching season 1 now, rather than before, I'm now seeing things in House of Dragons and names. So names that are mentioned in House of Dragons that are 150 years before season 1, episode 1, they're matching up. So if you need to Google like the family tree of Game of Thrones, that's helped me out a little bit just to get kind of understand who's who and what's what. It's kind of like, dude, it's a whole nother world. It's kind of like Star Wars. You know how Star Wars people think it's a religion, think it's a lifestyle. That's what Game of Thrones is for some people. And man, I could go on the family tree. I could tell you everybody who they're related to and how and why, just because over the last week I've overconsumed it.
I'm really excited to see how they're going to do it, like episode by episode, because, like you said, this is 172 years before Daenerys Targaryen.
Yep.
And then from episode 1 to episode 2, it's been 6 months.
Yeah, you're right. They did do that. I had to rewind that to catch that.
Yeah, because even the daughters, Rhaenyra says, like, oh, it's been 6 months, half a year since my mom died.
Yep.
And then the king
it's good that they said that and you caught that. That was a good catch.
Yeah. So, like, what are they going to do for third episode? Third episode, we getting violence. Like,
oh, yeah, we're getting violence in third episode for sure.
Like, someone's getting murked. Someone's getting murked. So,
yeah, Game of Thrones waits a couple episodes just to warm you up a little bit.
Game of Thrones, people be tweeting that shit on the timeline like it's the fucking Super Bowl or NBA Finals game. Like, motherfuckers live tweet that shit.
I try not to go on Twitter.
Don't go on Twitter because we be live tweeting that shit. Like, people be streaming Game of Thrones episodes. Like you said, people go hard about GOT.
Yeah, main character, I thought, just seeing her in episode 1, I didn't think she'd, she fit. Episode 2, she grew on me a lot. And then Damon, he plays his cocksucker role very well. Sinister, ready to do anything. He plays his role. He got the look. And then I seen a meme today that dude that had the meeting with him in episode 2 at the end. That he's talking to him by the fireplace. Somebody put him and Future next to each other. Corliss. Yeah, they put him in Future with the blonde hair and the dreads. I was dying.
Yeah,
it's like,
there was a meme. After the first episode, it was like the one thing Corliss knew was not to drink with white people, because when she went to give him a drink, he put his hand over the cup.
He did.
Like, nah, chill.
That's funny.
He knew not to drink with white people.
That's a good point. I like that.
Yep.
So,
hey, I'm glad he said no to his daughter, bro, because that's weird. She's 12.
Dog, I tell Bree all the time.
Like, even back then, like, no, bro, no. Like,
it's okay. It's weird in general. Or you think about it. What I tell Bree is, you have to understand. Back then, there was no law, and also it was more common. 98% of it was common, right? Yes, the only way you think it's weird is if you have emotions towards it, right? And you're like, wait, I don't want to bang her. She's 12, right? If you have a moral obligation, not because you think it's not common, because it is common. But all they want to do, bro, back in that day, is keep that legacy, pass it on forward. And they don't view marriage and having a kid like we do. We look at it as a social thing and, a moral thing and keeping it nice and clean. They're like, what do I have to do to keep this going? That's all they care about. So you have to keep that in mind too.
I think the reason the king was like, nah, was because one, he has a daughter and they're like around the same age, kind of sort of. The second thing was, like, she's 12.
She is young, though.
She was like, oh, yeah. She was like, oh, my mother told me I don't have to bed you till I'm 14.
Ooh, you used the word bed. I was going to use that word, too.
Come on, bro. I'm out here, dog. I lock in. Like,
nice.
Come on.
I like that.
And, he had already been building a relationship with the other girl, Allison. So, like,
Yeah, I think she's meant for him more. I think that's a little spoiler alert if you haven't watched episode 2.
In that time, like you said, they're not looking at age, they're not looking at anything. Like, for Corliss, like, it's an honor to, like, give up his daughter to the king. Like, yeah, bro, like, here, take my daughter. Like, so you could keep that like
Smart.
Valerian
And he played it
thing
well
going.
too, where he's not at liberty to like force him to marry her, so he did it in an indirect way, like go see him in his chambers, go like befriend him versus
The hand
go
of the
be
king?
too strong. Yeah, the hand of the
Yeah,
king.
yeah.
Like I like the way he
Yeah.
did that. That's a chess move. That's a chess
Yeah.
move right there. Like
I don't trust
don't
him,
make it
though.
obvious, and you can't blame him because
hell
if somebody
no.
if somebody accused him of something, it was just like. I mean, there's no back record of that. It was just them two dealing with it. She was kind of weird about it, but hey, like I said,
young, bro.
women want
Like-
power too. You got to think of those times too. Women, if you're not birthing children and having them for a nobody, you rather do that for a king at any age. So
Yeah.
like that's the
Yeah.
mentality. So people that try to think of it as like a realistic thing, like stop thinking it as weird.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
which we should, because it is weird. Like you don't have to bed with somebody, but you're married to them at 12. It is weird in
Right.
general, for sure. But let's think of it, Game of Thrones. It's not fucking weird. Like I'm watching season 1, episode 2, and Khal Drogo's going in on Daenerys, and she's like 12 years old,
Yeah.
under the moonlight, ripping that girl apart, like ripping.
The one thing that I mean, we're gonna put spoiler alerts in the fucking
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that in the timeline.
descriptions because we got kind of carried away with this, but like I'm glad we did. The one thing that I didn't like, I don't know if I
If
missed
you're a real
something.
fan and haven't watched it by Tuesday, you're not a real fan. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
you're slacking.
But go ahead.
Was when he announced that he was gonna marry Shorty, Allison, and like before that, his daughter like gave him like a head nod, like yeah, go ahead and announce it. But then when he announced it and
She
the
didn't
two girls
know.
made eye contact, like but they were talking before, and like
Yeah.
she gave him the head nod, like yeah, go ahead and do it. But then like it's not what she was expecting, or like
Yeah.
she didn't think he'd actually go through with this. So like that part kind of like, I'm a little confused
I
about
think
that.
in the writing they wanted you to think that she thought that girl had a chance, and she was trying to imply it in a way to her. So when she heard it, or that they were going to announce it, she thought that Buddy,
they're friends.
her dad was
Like,
going to mess.
she was
Yeah, they're
helping her
friends.
pray and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
And that's
Damn,
why
bro.
that's why I love when the season started. It was like there was two quotes, and I'll end my side on this. Was two quotes stood out to me, was talking about the dragons and the Targaryen. Like without the dragons, it's all an illusion. Without the dragons, we're just like them. You
Yeah.
know, it's all fugazi. It's kind of like we need the dragons, yes, but like we are just like them. We are vulnerable to everything else that humans are outside of the dragons. And also, I forgot my second point, but just as far as that lineage and that realization of like anything could happen. Oh, the other point was that they talked in, I think in the first couple minutes of the season was, what was I going to say? Oh, because they have dragons and they're so powerful, they're not going to, basically they wouldn't be dethroned or taken down by an outside force. It would be all
Right.
internal. It would be all in
yeah.
family. Like only we can fuck this
Yeah.
up, basically.
Yeah,
and I
only
love
we
that
can,
because I'm
yeah.
like, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep. Nah, it's
Any last thoughts?
I'm just pissed because
Stop.
I got into Game of Thrones later, so I was able to binge. Like
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
of it. Now I gotta fucking watch. I got like wait every Sunday to fucking
Yeah.
tune in with everyone else.
You've only gone
and-
through the season, all the seasons once.
Yeah.
I know
Game
you're
of
not. I
Thrones.
know it's a lot to go through, but like
No, I can't.
it'll
do
be
it.
worth
Like,
it one time if it's a lot.
'cause I
It's
know how
eight
it's gonna
seasons
end.
of 10. Yeah.
I know how. It's
No,
gonna end.
but bro, you really do understand a lot more of
I've
it.
tried, man. I tried.
Okay.
like,
And
I
then
just-
it's not for you. You're not a
I've seen
weirdo.
I've seen like certain episodes. Like I go back
Yeah.
and watch certain episodes, but like, nah, man.
Man.
Just like how they fucking they destroyed that shit.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I'm happy about it. It is what it is. So let's get to end this episode and then, whatever. Elvis's movie review, what to watch. So on the plane to New York, I watched The Gray Man on Netflix.
Fire.
I'll give you a little background about it, because I'm trying to improve this segment for my viewers, for the people. in this movie. It's on Netflix, streaming right now. You got Ryan Gosling, main character. The protagonist in this is Chris Evans, and we got your girl in it.
That's wifey. That's wifey.
Anna de Armas.
I love
de
her.
Armas. We got
She can
Billy
do whatever
King.
she wants to me.
Yeah, dude. She's something else. Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, we got some good acting in there. Let's see. Little storyline of it. No spoilers on this. When the CIA most skilled operative, whose true identity is known to non-accidental, uncovers dark agency secrets, a psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head and setting off a global manhunt by international assassins. So basically, how I looked at this film going into it, I knew it was a lot of action, a lot of gunplay, a lot of like behind the scenes government stuff. I kind of could tell by the background of the commercials of it, but acting was great. There is a scene in the movie halfway through. It's about, if the movie's, and I'm estimating, if the movie's an hour and a half, 2 hours, it's literally in the middle of the movie. It is one of the greatest gun with a train chases I've ever seen in a movie, bro. I'll be honest, like, I'm watching it on a plane on my phone and I'm into it. My hands are sweaty. You know what I mean? Like, naturally, not even trying. I'm just watching it and I'm like, holy shit. And some of it is outlandish. Some of it is it's obscure, obtuse. It's just like people jumping from a train on a flying car and all this. I get it. It's a movie, so I'm trying to dumb it down. But it is one of the best fucking high-speed chases with guns involved and cars and trains that I've ever seen. The storyline was good, decent, kept me engaged. Didn't end well. No spoilers on this. Didn't end, I feel like there was so much build up towards everything. The ending was kind of like, okay, they ended it. Cool. The end. One of those. I compare it to a lot of like Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
Jason Bourne movie, John Wick. It had that type of, like where John Wick is kind of obscure and how the scenes are. It's like, how do you get out of that? You know what I mean? And then Jason Bourne, it's kind of the same thing where he's like a radical fleeing, stuff like that. Overall, I give it, my first score was low 7s, but I reevaluated 7.5 because I think it's in between a 7 and 8, maybe on the lower end, 7.2, 7.4. But I thought it was a decent movie to watch. Not great. Something that, 2 hours, throw it on. If you're hungover, if you have nothing else to watch, throw it on.
Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of Netflix movies have been recently. Like, pretty decent, but nothing like I'm blown away with. And Anna de Armas is in works with a new film that
I need to see her more.
They kill off her family and she like goes off. Some type John Wick shit. So yeah,
it's funny. Her name in the movie is Danny Miranda. It's kind of like not similar to her name, but it's like kind of got the same letters in the flow.
watch Deep Water.
Nope, writing it down. We see
it's
some
on Hulu.
We see some nudity. We see some nudity.
It's her and Ben Affleck.
We see side boob.
It's not even good, but just her. Just watch her.
Side boob.
Just watch her. Just watch the movie, Ray.
Pissing me off. All right. Well, if I don't see half nip or side boob, I'm pissed off.
What are you gonna do? Drive to fucking Georgia and fight me?
Fucking wait until I see you in 2.5 months and fucking punch you in the dick.
It'll be sooner than that. Sooner than that.
All right, bet. All right. Anything to end episode 38? Yeah, that's ESCO'S movie review for episode 38. The Gray Man on Netflix. My score 7.5. I wanted to be a little fluffy with it, but could have viewed it in the low 7s. But it's a good watch, good action pack.
Rotten Tomatoes, give my boy a job.
Yeah, you won't be bored watching it. Is all I'm trying to say.
My boy, non-biased.
Episode 38. Let's end it.
I love y'all.
Bet. All right.
I love y'all. Every single one of y'all.
That's it. We got NFL coming. Oh, go ahead.
And for the ones that love us back, I love you even more. For the
We've been
ones that
showing
don't,
we've been getting a lot of love lately.
we love you too. So
They didn't believe in us.
thank God, dude.
There's actually human beings out there that don't. It upsets me.
Shame on them.
Shame on them. We gotta. I was gonna make you play it, but we'll just reenact it. God did.
God did. Yeah. God did.
Episode 38. Elvis Escobar. 4 time. Peace.